Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us and welcome to another Monday Mystery Reveal, which is exactly what I'm going to be doing. So inside this box, it's not from Show Z by the way, obviously, I have a rare boxed Generation 1 figure that's a slightly different variant to something else. But what I like to do on this channel is, instead of me just saying this is what I've picked up, what I like to do is turn it into a bit of a guessing game like this. I'm going to give you some clues as to the character, maybe not to the actual variant because that might be a little bit tough, but because it's a bit of a guessing game, please don't put the name of the actual figure in the comments. You can put incorrect ones, you can put the correct time that you got it, but please don't put the name because it does sort of spoil it for everybody else. So as I say, if you're new to the channel, it's just a bit of fun and it's just something instead of me saying here it is. So the figure in question is a vintage 1985 Generation 1 figure. Funnily enough, this particular figure didn't come out in the UK at all, so it was one of them Curse of the UK figures. So it was one of them ones that we knew existed, but I really wanted it. I wanted one because I saw it on the leaflets, I saw it on the pamphlets. However, saying that, I only saw it on them, was never in the cartoon. And to my knowledge, and I've just read all the G1 comics recently, was never in the comics either. So a little bit of that narrows it down to just a couple of things, I think, already. So the other thing as well is these figures, to be honest, I say these, they did come part of a mini faction, and they didn't really get much love anyway, especially not in the toy I suppose versions of themselves. To be honest, this particular figure didn't even have one other version of itself until 2022. So no other figures across all the Generations toy lines did he have another version of himself. So that's pretty, but all of a sudden there's been a new, especially last year, Legacy United has really brought these, I suppose, subgroup of figures really to the foray, and people know exactly who they are. There's one of them missing, by the way, and that isn't this one. This one, as I say, had a figure in 2022. He is, I wonder if you're guessing pretty good. So the reason why I've got this is because I've already got a boxed version, but the variant of this, I'm going to just tell you straight away, it's a Milton Bradley box. So that's Middle Europe, quite harsh, quite scarce to get hold of now, the MB boxes. And if anybody knows me, or if you know this channel, that's what I basically like to do, find the variants of these particular figures. So yeah, so that means it's Middle East, well, Central European version in a Milton Bradley box from 1985. He is a Decepticon. He is part of a subgroup of things called deluxes, and as I say, they didn't come out in Japan either, by the way. So they didn't come out in Japan, and they were actually transforming robots before they were snapped up by Hasbro to be these what they are now. So I think you've pretty much got the subgroup, I would imagine, whether or not you've got the correct figure or not. So of course one of them has not been released yet, that's next year, under the Age of Primes line. This one in particular came out in 2022, and the other two came out in a 2-pack recently as part of Legacy United. So if you can remember the one that this is, it was in the Buzzworthy Bumblebee pack. And this is a Milton Bradley boxed version of Ransack in a case, and the seller very kindly just packed up the bubble there. It has been opened, but he's very kindly packed it up for security and for packaging. But that is another version of Ransack, so of course I'm going to have to update my Ransack video now. There you go, guys. Again, please don't put Ransack in the chat, in the comments. You can put the wrong guesses, you can put the factions, whatever you want to do, but don't put Ransack in. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.